fucking connection. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, everybody.
We're
in a vortex. Hello, everybody.
We're in a vortex.
Hi, guys. What's up?
What's up? Did you
No.
burp?
Did I burp? Not
saw you burp.
Not that I know it.
I saw it.
Maybe I burped. I didn't mean to burp.
Hello, hello, hello. Come one, come all.
Hi, guys. Okay, this whole situation.
Is that okay?
Struggling here.
No,
Hi,
it's good now.
guys.
How's everybody doing?
Another day.
Another day, another live, where
Another
we
day,
reflect
another
on wellness and chat with pals.
That's what we're going to do today. So, we're going to be adding, I think it's just Mitchie, but we'll see. Mitchie from Lovely the Band to chat about all things fashion. Wellness. Fashion's a huge part of our lives and something that for me, like I stay kind of out of my head when I'm just dreaming up like fashion ideas. Like that's what I've been doing in my quarantine a ton is like online, just like looking at Pinterest and looking at different things that get me. He needs 5 minutes.
Exposed.
So basically, Mitchie, if you don't know about Lovely the Band, they're amazing. They had a massive hit song, I think last year before.
Yeah, with Broken.
With Broken, of course.
Who was actually produced by one of our very good friends in common, Christian Metis, who's produced the majority of our new record that you're about to hear in the next couple months. So that's special. We collaborate with the same people a lot, and
yeah,
he's dope.
And Mitchie is, if you know anything about him, and also just the Lovely Boys in general, they have amazing fashion sense. And they're always, like, every time I see Mitchie, if we run into each other, I'm always like, dude, where'd you get the shirt? Where'd you get the hoodie? Where'd you get the shoes? Where did you? So, yeah, I thought it would be, the girls and I thought it'd be super fun to have him on here and to just chat in general because he's a friend. And then also to talk to him about his fashion sense and his staples. And we'll talk about ours as well because we just love fashion.
I see Christian is here. What's good?
There he is.
It's good, Christian.
That's what we love to see. But, yeah, so we'll get chatting in a sec. He's just going to go pee really quick and then...
Stop peeing, Mitchie. Get on the live.
But how are you guys? What's up until he gets here?
Yeah,
I'm just drinking some stress.
What's fashion? I'm excited to talk about what fashion's been like in the quarantine because, frankly, it's been non-existent. Like, I wear hoodies every day. My entire wardrobe is a hoodie and basketball shorts, or a hoodie and sweats, or a hoodie and that's it.
There he is. Okay. Let's see.
And here we go. To be continued.
Talk about it. Waiting. We're connecting.
There he is.
How are you?
Hello.
That's good, Mitchie. How are you?
Good.
What's up? Oh, there he goes.
Nice
He's got his
little
White
White
Claw.
Claw.
You're on a different level than me. I just can't see. That's really all I'm doing.
I've got water right now. But we did drink yesterday, to be fair, though. We had our little Moscow mules.
But
Oh, nice. So much sugar.
I miss your dog is so cute. Every time you post,
obsessed with your dog.
obsessed.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy.
She's so cute. Oh my gosh, and Beans is the name, right? Beans
Yeah.
is having her moment. Where did you get her?
I got her from Mayday Rescue. It's in Silver Lake.
Nice.
Actually, ironically, I got her. She is a Chihuahua, and I got her at a Mexican place because they were doing like a dog, like a adoption event at Sugar Taco. Have you guys been there?
No. Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's like all vegan sugar. It's all vegan Mexican.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
on Melrose. It's very, very delicious.
You literally went to go get tacos and you got a dog.
No, I went there to get a dog because
Okay.
I knew they were doing an adoption event because I used to live like a few blocks from there. So,
I literally thought you were like, I went to go get a taco, and they were just
Came
like,
home with a dog.
I had this dog, and I just took her.
no. I went there specifically for her.
I love that. Oh my god, so cute. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for being on the live with us.
Yeah, no worries.
We wanted to first and foremost just hang out, catch up. We'll ask you some questions that we've just been like. We had Shannon, a good friend of ours, on yesterday, and just like chatted and asked questions. And then we want to talk to you about like just fashion and your fashion
We
sense.
want to see that closet.
We want to
Mickey.
see that
What are the
closet.
goods?
Oh man,
We
my
wanna know
closet
where
is
you shop.
I will show you some pieces, but my closet is a disaster at the moment.
It's okay.
I'm in the process. I just moved. I just bought a house in Toluca Lake.
Congrats! Oh my
Thank
god,
you.
Toluca Lake is amazing. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
it's nice. It's a lot different than I'm used to. I was in West Hollywood for like 7 years. So,
Shit. Oh my god.
but it's nice. It's peaceful. I honestly I sleep better here, if that makes any sense. It's like I live in full on like suburbia at the moment. Like my neighborhood is like a proper neighborhood. Like
Oh my gosh,
Dude,
yeah.
I love
I wave to
suburbia.
my
Suburbia-
neighbors when I'm like walking my dog and stuff. You know, the whole nine.
Oh my gosh, Toluca Lake is amazing. Living in a suburb, my ex-girlfriend lived in Toluca Lake. So I spent so much time in Toluca Lake, and I would literally just be like, I feel like I'm in Utah. Like I'm just walking around in a
Yeah, it's
suburb,
so
and it's so
peaceful.
quiet and it's so chill. It's amazing. I'm so jealous. I saw some pictures of your house on Instagram, and Elisa and I were like, the pool.
dream.
You're
Yeah,
living
it's
the dream.
vibe.
Poolside.
But I was saying my closet's a mess because so I have like a main house and then a back house. In my main house, I have my master bedroom, but I'm turning the second bedroom into a closet. So
Nice.
I was about to have like builders come and do the whole thing, and then quarantine happened, and you know. So now my clothes are in boxes and garment racks. So
Oh shit.
You know what's nice though? One upside about this is if you just bought a house, you know, normally I feel like when musicians buy houses, they just have to go tour and they can't be in their houses. So now you get to really break in your house. That's nice.
Definitely, and like it's cool. Like all the furniture is like kind of set up. There's some still some stuff that I need to get into storage and whatever. But the one frustrating thing is like my house is this like shitty gray. Like the walls are like this shitty gray blue right now. And I've been like wanting to paint it, but I can't because like I'm not gonna do it myself.
Right.
And I can't have people come here to do it. So.
Right.
And so like I have like a bunch of stuff in boxes still, like just like art and like, you know, whatever else. So.
That's dope. People are saying that they love the Tyler the Creator.
Which I love.
Picking it
I
back.
was looking at that the whole time.
That's fucking fire. That's so dope.
Yeah, my boy my buddy Renell does pieces like this and he did that.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Well,
Shouts Renell. Check
Shouts
him out.
Renell,
At
man.
Renell.
Plug Renell. I want to meet Renell.
At
Damn.
Renell.
Yeah, that's fire.
That's amazing. Well, let's get talking about maybe like your background with fashion and like how you dress and where you shop and like
Your
what's
inspirations?
what's
and
like
all
your
that?
journey been from like the time you were young and what's like your first memories with like dressing yourself, I guess.
Man, it's weird. Like it's funny how like over the years fashion and music has like fashion has gotten better with music, you know what I mean? Like, because like when I was, how old are you guys?
22.
24.
Oh, okay. So when I was in high school, I'm 32. So like when I was in high school, just fashion was just so bad with bands. It was like just like because like skinny jeans for dudes didn't really exist yet. So like you'd go to PacSun and buy like someone's cooking.
Sorry, our mom is literally getting ice out of the fridge. Every time she does that when we're live, I'm like, we're out. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but so it'd be like, you know, you go to PacSun or like American Eagle and get like the girl skinny bootcut pants and like little tiny tight band tees and whatever and like just hoodies. And that was really it. And like, you know, as you can kind of see this, I got it kind of going on right now, but the side bang, you know. But then as I like, you know, got into my like once I moved to New York City, when I like the first time I started really getting into like clothes and stuff, and like towards the end of my high school career and like my senior year, just out of high school, I started getting into more like just, you know, different kind of like I've learned what Urban Outfitters was, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
which was still a new store back then.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, what's this store? It's so cool. And then like as it progressed, you know, into my early 20s, I like really kind of just dove into like the fashion thing because I had to like my manager for one of my first bands at the time was like big into fashion and stuff, and he started to dress me and like taught me about clothes and taught me about Fred Pear, Ian Merck, and like Ben Sherman, all these like mod kind of things. So that was like my first. I went from like being a scene kid into really into like the mod fashion, which is like,
Right.
you know, very English and very London driven. And then from there it kind of just progressed. And then I've always kind of like just tried to like make things my own. I'm so happy though that like the skinny jeans thing for dudes is like out of fashion.
Yes.
It's
That's
like,
like gone.
oh my God. Like
I-
I threw all mine away like maybe like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I tried to put them on my legs, and I was like, oh my God, how did I do this? Because like I had like I would always wear like from Top Man, like the super spray on like skinnies, like
Yeah.
like they look like leggings basically.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, how did I do this? So I'm very happy that that's like not in trend
I'm
anymore.
so glad that trend's
Yeah.
on its way out.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
even for girls too. I'm like, guys, skinny jeans ain't it. Like, do your thing. And part of me, like, I was the same way. I was like, are they gone? No, like I couldn't let go of them yet. And now I like only wear straight leg like
yeah,
Dickies
I can't even remember the
stuff
last
like
time I
that.
wore skinny jeans.
or like
Yeah.
slacks and stuff because I feel like everybody looks good in a straight leg, like a
Yeah.
like a Dickies straight leg. Like I'm not talking like a Gap straight leg necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, different
Yeah,
things, but
I've like so that from there like I learned like what Top Man was, and like, you know, and Ben Sherman and Fred Perry and all these things, and like Urban Outfitters. And then that's like my early 20s. I was like, I kind of figured out how to dress, you know,
Mhm.
like around like 19, early 20s. And then thanks to like my manager at the time, and then my interest just got more and more into it. And then as it's progressed, you know, I'm upset. I have a shoe problem. I have a very big shoe buying problem.
Yes.
And you know, I like it. I don't know. My styles have always changed, and like, but like I got really into I got big into high fashion, like, you know, Celine and Saint Laurent and Gucci and stuff, and
Yep.
like, and their stuff is always just like, just their shoes, especially, are just like mesmerizing to me, and they're ready to wear is like very fire. Because they're
Oh my
just their
gosh.
pieces are always just really interesting, and like they're very like, especially like Gucci does like just wild shit, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like, but then there's other brands I like finding, like I love finding like little, like not little brands, but like brands that aren't mainstream. Like I'm wearing like this company called For Those Who Sin. It's one of my favorites right now. They always just have like cool, like interesting, kind of like off the like off beaten path kind of like art stuff. Hold on, they just did these
Yes. Show us.
for quarantine.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
dope.
These. And I actually just ordered another one, not from them, but from this company called Chinatown Market. And
Oh, I've heard of Chinatown Market. Yeah.
it says Born Again Christian Dior.
It's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, and like I just love finding like random, you know, random little small like boutique brands and stuff. Like Paul from Laney put me on to this company called Bare Knuckles, and I've so obsessed with them. Like I don't know if you see me in pictures, but those crop sweaters I wear, they're like, I'll show you some. I'll just take you to my closet. But
Take us to the
Let's
closet.
go.
Let's do the closet tour.
But yeah, I've been big into like finding just like little boutique companies and stuff, and I really fuck with All Saints. Their sweater game is always I'm a very big sweater man. Like I love sweaters.
Yeah.
My mom. So we got like, let me just flip this around. There we go. Like I love the striped sweaters. Like there's just
Love.
any kind of weird patterns. Anything cozy. This is actually, these are the bare knuckle sweaters I was talking about.
Oh, those
they're
are
like-
dope.
fire.
Oh, I love the
Yeah.
the weathered like
The wear-
the
Yeah,
rips.
and they're cropped, so they like kind of, they don't wear as long, which is cool. So like, I think it's how, but they're like,
Oh my gosh, I
crop
feel
situation.
like I feel like this is an unknown. Okay,
Bare
it's probably
knuckles.
definitely very known.
I knew that.
No, but like we were talking about cropped. I
Mhm.
cut like so many of my t-shirts and so many of
Yeah.
my sweaters, and not even
Yeah.
into like being like super cropped, but just being
No,
a
just
length
cutting the end
that
off.
falls
Yeah.
on your pants really well. I
Yeah.
chop so much shit.
Yeah,
So
I
I
got the same,
feel you
and
on
then
that.
it's like the same thing in mint, and I just love sweaters, and then I love like just different like quirky shit. Like you got this random ass thing, and then
Love that.
I like stripes a lot.
Love a good stripe.
Yeah, and then I got like, I don't know, just random shit. Like got this. This is that Born Again Then again, Christian Dior.
That's amazing. Oh my god, I
Yeah.
love that.
And then gotta have the Saint Laurent fucking stripes.
Amazing.
Saint
Saint
Laurent
Laurent is
stripes,
amazing.
which is so it's cool. I'm actually super excited because I love Celine. It's like all their new stuff is their head of men's fashion now is Hetty, who used to do all the Saint Laurent stuff, and that's when
yeah.
like
Oh
Saint
my god.
Laurent went like
Love
when they went
Celine.
rock and roll kind of. Hetty did all that, and then he left and now moved to Celine. So it's just like basically like 2008 Saint Laurent again.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
I have
gosh.
an affinity for like leopard print and cheetah.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Um,
No, yeah, Elise and I
I just
are
love
like our,
coziness.
some of our favorite bronze.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite brands are the same. Like Celine, and when he took over Celine, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's
we were
so
up on
fire.
we were, like reading so many articles like
Yeah.
about him moving to Celine and like how everyone was being like, oh, you know, new Celine, old Saint Laurent, like this whole.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
was all,
I love jackets. Like jackets is like that's my second love. I just love like random like I love your like English looks like
fire.
Yes.
I love
say
that.
like just like stuff like
Okay,
this
now
like
we're gonna come
houndstooth.
steal your clothes.
I know, right?
It's just
Houndstooth,
called
and like
crazy
I love
amazing.
pea coats and stuff and different things like that. And then this is what we wore when we played. This is what I wore when we played Times Square for New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then you gotta have the classic leather.
Oh,
Yes, have to.
where do you buy leather?
This is Shot. This is the only place I'll buy leather jackets from.
Only Shot.
Best place.
Yeah.
Love that you said that. Same with
Yeah.
us. We only wear
That's
Shot.
3 of them. And then this is like one of my favorite coats. It's just says Sinners on the back, but this is like it says Lover Boy.
Oh, that's
thing.
dope.
It's just like it's kind of like a Dickies jacket, but it's from that brand For Those Who Sin.
Oh, yeah.
Dickies is the shit. Do you are you into Noon Goons?
I don't know them.
Noon Goons
They're
is
pretty
fucking dope. I think they're LA based. Very like Dickies, like workwear, but with like a twist on it. They're really, really dope. I think you love them.
And then I have the I'm a big fan of the party shirts, like
Oh yeah, yes. Oh my
the
god.
button ups and stuff, like the beachwear, whatever.
Yes. I love that.
And then these are my like 2 of my favorite pairs of shoes right now. I have they're both from Celine. I'm a big loafers guy.
Yeah, you're a big loafers guy.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
did you get into loafers and why? Like, what did you
I was always a boot guy for like I went from like sneakers as a kid, obviously into like I would wear like kind of dress shoes, and then I got into boots, and I was like big into boots. Like I had these Gucci like Doc Martin-esque kind of things, and I have the Saint Laurent Wyatts. And I have these.
That's so
This
funny.
is what is this from? Everyday Heroes, which is really
Nice.
cool. I got these Doc Martin like classic, just
I
love
love
those.
are
I
so
I
good.
rock those all the
But
time. I have those
I
all the
got
time.
my first pair of Gucci loafers from my sisters for my birthday in end of 2017. Or no, end of 2016. And after that, I was hooked. And then I just kind of got an addiction to them, and just like kind of like dress shoes and whatever.
Nice.
And then these Louis.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm a big loafer guy.
Big loafer guy. So
Yeah.
did you, before you were buying, like you were super into high fashion brands, what brands did you love? Like, for instance, like,
I love like Top Man has really affordable shoes that still look really sick. Everyday Heroes is really great. Also, Noose and Monkey is really good. ASOS has cool stuff.
yeah.
Like ASOS and Top Man doesn't really exist anymore, but ASOS is great because it's super affordable and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm so like I was saying, like I'm so glad like the what's it called, the skinny jeans thing went away, because I was like, I'm a big fan of like slacks now,
Yeah.
like dress pants and stuff, like from Saint Laurent, and I had these pink ones, just these black dress pants and whatever. Also, my other obsession is vintage T-shirts.
Oh,
I have a very, very bad habit of like just buying. I would go down to Round 2 Vintage. I don't know if you've been there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's my best vintage in Los Angeles. I'd go there like at least twice a week and just pick up so many shirts. But I got this like
They're good.
I'm the
my
same
buddy
way.
actually just dropped this off. It's like old Iced Earth tee. It's an old metal band.
Sick.
Amazing.
This like tie-dye I love, this camel thing.
Love
That's
camel.
Sick.
Got this Grateful Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
dope.
like this is like a tour tee. It's like it was Debbie Harry Ramones and yeah,
So
Henry
sick.
Harrison. This is one of my prized possessions. This is a Notorious B.I.G. bootleg.
Oh, that's so
Fire.
Yeah, and then
So
this is
fun.
one of my other ones. I love this Old Smith C. And then
Amazing.
this is my prized possession. This is an original 1986 Smiths t-shirt from like one of their shows.
That's
Um,
wild.
Where did you get it?
How
Where'd
much
how'd
did you
find
pay
it?
for that? That had to be expensive as hell.
It was not cheap.
Yeah.
But I saw it go up, and I was like, I've been looking for like a real one since like
Uh-huh.
forever. Like, and you can even see the date on it, like right there.
Oh my god.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, that's
but yeah, and then I live in hoodies. Like during quarantine, I just in hoodies and whatever. Hello. Oh, there we are. Well, yeah,
Sorry.
I don't
Go
know.
on.
I just love weird shit. I like quirky clothing. Like I have this like fur coat. It's not real fur, but
Right.
yes.
like,
I love
wear
that.
I swear. Yeah,
So
that's like
dope.
most of my shit. Just into weird shit. Vintage
That's
tees.
fire.
So if you had
Yeah.
to pick like your prime outfit that you would wear, like if you were like, this is Nikki Collins to the world, I feel the most like myself, I feel the most badass, I feel in my skin. What does that consist of? Like, what does it look like?
Probably pair of like loose leg All Saints pants. Honestly, one of those bare knuckle sweaters with like a t-shirt under it, and then pair of glasses and a beanie if it's cold out. I love wearing a beanie. Less effort. And then but yeah, pretty much that. Maybe like I have this like if we're going out, I have this like I love a side bag. Like I love a man bag.
Love.
Amazing.
I love a man bag. Like can't go wrong with that. But I finally understood like purses once I bought one because I was like hating on it forever. And I was
Right.
like, no, like I don't need that. And then like not having like my wallet, my keys, my fucking AirPods, everything else in my pockets all over. I'm like, oh my god, this is so much better.
Right?
Like,
Oh my
I
gosh,
just
yeah,
gotta,
having like a
grab one
bag on
thing.
you, crazy. But my favorite thing ever is having like the shot jackets, the leather jackets with the pockets. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I lost you. Hello? Oh, there you are.
Deep. You hear us?
Yeah, there you are. You cut off.
Are we back?
You're back. Hi, Beans.
But yeah, I feel you on that. The bags are
Yeah.
incredible. If you had, what's your like, your biggest fashion no that you're like, absolutely
Don't do
not,
that.
don't
Yeah.
do that. You can't do that. It never looks good.
I hate black and blue together.
Oh, you got me fucked up, Mitchie. You got me fucked up.
No, like if it's like I don't know, that's just one like it's like
sweaters.
I don't really have money nose. I think like fashion is just like kind of what you want to make of it, you know?
Yeah. No, for real.
I've never really believed in like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this. I'm like,
Right.
if it makes you feel cool and like that's what you want to wear, then fucking wear it.
Oh, that's okay. This is another good question. What is one fashion like no that you actually think looks dope as fuck? That you're like, I do that all the time. Fuck that.
I mean, people that don't wear white after certain times, I like the color white. Like I have white pants and stuff. And they're like, why are you wearing that now? I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. But I don't know. Like I never really like as much as I love clothes. Like I don't really like buy into like the you shouldn't do this and this. I'm like, look sick, feel sick, cool.
Yeah,
Totally.
You know?
totally. What's one thing that you think is absolutely timeless that like you have to have in your closet?
A leather jacket for sure.
Always. So classic. Forever.
Leather jacket, especially like if you get a nice one, like that's a piece. Like especially like a shot jacket, like that's something like I love because like I'm gonna be able to give that to like my kids one day. You know, that's a jacket you'll have like forever.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
And yeah, so like a good leather jacket, a good pair of boots. Yeah, I think like those are musts haves. Like a good pair of boots or a good pair of like nice shoes.
Yeah.
Um, and anything, I think it's important to have like one piece that like you might splurge a little on, but like it makes you feel great, you know?
Totally.
Like it's whatever that is for you, you know? I think it's important to have like that piece that's like, okay, this is like my shit, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like I've just started to get to the age where I'm like, okay, I can afford like a couple splurges here and there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the higher fashion stuff, like I just bought my first pair of Saint Laurent boots like not
Nice.
that long ago, and that was like a moment for me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Celebration.
this is celebration. Like I can
It's a
afford
blessing.
these.
It's
like
honestly, it's a blessing and a curse, but like, because I remember when I bought my first ones and I had the same feeling. I was like, holy shit, like I can't believe I just got these. This is so sick. But then I got my second pair. And then after a while, you're wearing nice shoes and like really well made things. And then you go back to like companies you used to buy from and you're like,
You can't.
oh, this,
Yeah, you can't.
it's like you can't.
So
I
hard.
can't.
Once you start going designer, it's like you can't go back because
Yeah.
everything about it, from the way it wears to it feels, the way it falls, it looks. It's just like you just know there's such a
Yeah.
big difference between the way it was made.
Mhm.
It's so hard to go back.
Yeah, but there
that's
are
really
some
true.
things that like I love secondhand shopping.
Oh, yeah,
That's like
for
Yeah,
sure.
my
really good
favorite. Like
vintage
because
is
you can get
a good go.
really good prices. Like those are obviously sports things, and I'm sure like a lot of people probably aren't going to be buying like Saint Laurent boots and shit. But there's also like I think that if you can go secondhand and like really get your thrift game down, you can find such affordable stuff. That's so fucking dope.
Yeah.
And I think it's way better to go like thrift shopping than it is to go to like Forever 21 because you're also feeding, you know, fashion brands that like aren't treating their workers fairly. They're not paying.
Yeah,
them
and also like
you know.
Forever 21 and like people like H&M and stuff. Like I'm not really utterly fuck with because they just like I have friends that they've blatantly just ripped off and stolen from like designs and they're just like literally. I mean, obviously they're a billion-dollar company, so it's like you can't go after those people. You know what I mean? All you can do is like post and be like, I did this first. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
But and you can send cease and desist, but it's like, you know.
Yeah, and I think the more we can like totally, and then this is a whole obviously like conversation of like sustainability and stuff too, and we should just be trying to. I love finding young like up and coming either designers or brands and things that are making really dope shit that you can then fuel and help out instead of like, you know, the H&Ms of the world for sure. And they make cooler shit anyway and make friends with them and you know, it's way cooler. But I think it's all fashion is so interesting because it's like so subjective, obviously. It's like so different for everybody. And I think I saw someone in the comments say, it's literally just comes down to confidence.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's like
literally like I mean like I'll like me, Jordan, and Sam will talk all the time, and like we'll be like on tour and buying shit and something like new that you know what I mean. There's always that new thing you put into your wardrobe, and you're like, I don't like Sam always used to look really funny in beanies, like we would always say, and then one day he like found one, like he found like, you know, the classic Echo Park silver like rolled up beanie, you know,
right.
the hip like the I just paid $15 for a cup of coffee, like
Yeah, 100%.
and he put one on. I was like, yeah, that looks sick. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, swear it. Now he's just like, that's part of his thing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
So,
100%.
And like Jordan when he Jordan when he first started rocking like the bell bottom pants and stuff, and he's like, is this weird? I'm like, just own it, bro. You look sick.
I think also sometimes when you feel like uncomfortable, you're doing something cool because you're out of I know that like when I was in high school and stuff, and I would like chop my hair or dye it, or I would like try like total different outfits that were like kind of crazier than I like gone before, and I felt kind of uncomfortable. It was like the days that people would be like, whoa, you look really dope. I love your shirt. I love your jacket. I love your whatever.
And I love seeing it too. Like I mean, in LA, it's so common, right? Like I feel like everyone's like stepping out and like doing their thing because like LA is like a town of entertainers and like people are so up on fashion stuff. But I like seeing it. I like seeing people, especially even if someone's in a really bold look, that I'm like, that's a lot, but I respect you for it.
I like,
because it's like, you know.
I personally like trying new things, like especially like early, like, and I'm not saying like I'm a trendsetter by any means, but like I remember wearing a bucket hat out like middle part of like last year, like earlier part of 2019. I remember like buying a bucket hat and like people were like what like what's with the hat, blah 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 blah. I'm like just wait, bro, just wait. Because like you see the like I follow certain things online and like I'll see certain like blogs post about it or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's a cool look. Like I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna try that. And then it gets early, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's like you start to see the snowball and then you know what I mean? And it's funny because it's like I will say like once you start seeing trends in like Forever 21 and H&M, you know it's died.
It's
done.
done.
You know it's done.
Like, you know it's
done.
That's where it goes to
100%.
die. It's like, okay, it's over now.
Because then it's so mainstream, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We all got, all right, it's not really, we're not cutting edge anymore. It's
I feel bad
yeah.
for anyone here that shops.
So you're okay. No, totally. I mean, I think we're just talking about, like, obviously how we stay
Right, exactly.
like excited and like
Mhm.
interested in fashion, and how, you know, I had a girlfriend who is insane. Like her fashion sense, my first girlfriend when I was like 18.
She's like trippy how fast she calls her.
Crazy. Like she literally called slides, I think like 3 years before they popped. Like,
Yeah.
I was,
It
because
was
slides
so
popped
early.
when? Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
I don't know.
2
No,
years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And
like,
she called it, I remember
it was
her
back
being
when
like,
slides, like when she told me about it, she's like, she was starting to wear slides and stuff. I was like, what the fuck
I was
are
like,
you
those
doing?
are
And she's
so
like, no,
bad. Like,
she's like,
don't wear those.
she's like, just you wait. Everyone will be making these. Like, these will be all over high fashion. They'll be everywhere. And I was like, you are.
Well, it's because like it's starting to literally like I mean you start to see little trickles of like because all the decades just repeat. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it literally everything just repeats. Like I remember when I was 22, the 70s were like it. You know, all the girls were wearing like boohoo fashion, like you know, like boohoo chic, like you know, very like Penny Lane-esque kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And,
Right.
and then all of a sudden the 80s were back, and then the 90s started to trickle in, and now they're like booming. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
The
Everyone's
90s
dressing
are like
fucking-
it.
You know what I mean? And now you're starting to see early 2000s starting to trickle in, like low rise jeans for girls are starting to come back.
Yeah.
Like, the glitter, the fucking, you know, the you know, the what do they call the Juicy Couture track suits, like all this shit's starting to come back, like shit that like girls wore when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like and like
Yeah.
and like I'm just hoping like guys fashion like that doesn't come back, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
The
like
Janko
you start to
jeans and
see these
stuff.
things trickle in and evolve, and then all of a sudden like it starts to snowball, you know, and then it kind of starts over. Like people just go back to like I remember when mod was really big and like dressing like in just jeans and a t-shirt and like the 50s kind of like clean cut thing for dudes, and then it went to the 60s and like you know more into the mod thing, and then yeah, like I said, like 70s, 80s, and all just kind of like you know what I mean?
Totally. And I think it's good to like, you know, notice the trends and stuff. I think for me, like I always try to like notice them, but not like head to toe myself in them.
Totally,
You know what I mean?
totally.
Because you have to keep like a sense of like, because I think
Sense
there are
of self,
things,
yeah.
and a sense of like timelessness. I think that there are certain things
Yeah.
that for the past.
You gotta, I mean, especially like y'all, like you guys are in a band, you know what I mean? It's important to like have your identity and be like, oh, that's like, because like, it's like what I always strive for and like what I've tried to do a good job of like when I go out or I put an outfit on and I'm like, and I'll ask my friend, I'm like, yo, how does this look? And they're like, you look like Mitchie. You know what I mean? You look like yourself.
Yeah.
Like you look like you. Like, and like, you know, when I have friends come over and they'll like put on articles of clothing of mine and they'll be like, oh, look, I'm Mitchie. You know what I mean? Like they'll put like,
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I try to have. Like, or like if I put on glasses or someone puts these on, they're like, oh my God, I'm you, you know, like shit like that. I try to like, try to make a conscious effort of like finding things that I'm like, okay, like this is my shit, you know?
Totally. And finding things that you like, you know, you look good in, you feel confident in. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what it's about too, is like, just as long as you feel dope in it, like I can't even tell you the amount of times that I would like come down from my room to go to school, and my brothers, who were like stereotypical like dudes, would like see my outfit and be like, what are you wearing? I was like, if you
like,
think this
make
is
fun.
if this is like pushing the edge for you, I'm doing something cool, because like
Yeah.
you're just like my older jockey brother, and like
Yeah, totally.
but I remember that all the time. Like, or just I think that when you like, just you shouldn't care about what people say or what they think or what they like, you know. I think you see someone like Billie Eilish or these different people that are like really taking over the mainstream. It's because they just don't give a fuck. Like they're just dressing how they want outside of any kind of like norm or restrictions or anything like that,
And it's fucking
which
sick.
I think is really dope.
I love it.
Yeah.
And redefining what it is to this is a good
And she's so much more interesting because of that too. Even taking Billie as an example, it's like how I feel like she would lose so much appeal if she just like dressed like any other girl, or like how she like thought she was supposed to dress. Like, and
Yeah.
she's so
She's such
interesting.
an
'cause
Also,
she's-
too, though, like at the same time, like I respect the hell out of what she's doing because like she speaks on it a lot, you know, and it's like which I think is like really awesome. Because I love the way she dressed because it almost like, I mean, obviously now people are commenting because she's super famous, but in the beginning, it wasn't like, because it wasn't about like her or how she looked or whatever. It was just, it was really about the music, which I think she's like, I think that's a big part of it. You know, it's a conscious effort to like, no, like let's focus on the music. And obviously now she's like a superstar, so it's like people are going to be talking about the way she dresses and whatever. And I think it's super cool that like she's like, I can do whatever I want. Literally, I'm the biggest thing in the world. Like,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's also interesting too. Like coming down to, I think this is another interesting, like topic around fashion is like gender stereotypes and roles
Yeah.
in fashion, and like what it means to like as a woman like shop in the male section, and also like as a dude exactly like buying skinny jeans, and like those were like girly
in the women's section
jeans,
and
and,
stuff like
that.
and painting your fingernails. And I know you're someone who like paints your fingernails, and you know do whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like how do you feel about fashion roles in gender, and what's your take on it? And
like I said, I think it's irrelevant rules. I think an awesome example is who's doing it great is and just because culturally Bad Bunny is like, he paints his nails and gets like full on like, you know, acrylics and stuff,
Yeah.
and like does that. And I think that's so fucking sick because he's a gigantic, you know, Latin artist, and then in that culture, like, you know, any sort of hint of like, if you're a man and you do anything feminine, it's so not like, you know, it's very like
totally
not approved of, you know, they're not, you know, in that culture, it's very, you know, I'm Hispanic myself, so it's like, it's very like, you know, it's a taboo, you know,
like very like machismo and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
you're
which is-
less than, and you're wimpy, and like
Yeah,
you're not
so-
a real man, you know. And same
Yeah.
with us,
Bad Bunny's the
we're
shit.
half Latina. And
I didn't actually know that you're Latin at
Mhm.
all. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
wait, what's
My mom's from Bolivia.
Oh, that's
shit.
awesome.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
Our dad's from Honduras.
Oh shit, right on.
yeah,
So
that's fucking dope. Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, my
Listen,
dad's white as hell, hence my last name. But
yeah.
Our mom's white as hell.
yeah, but my mom came here when she was like, I think 7 or 8. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Lisa and I were just watching a Bad Bunny music video the other day, and he was
His
like,
latest one where he
it's
totally
so
dressed
fucking
up, and I
amazing.
loved it so
just,
much.
like-
I was like, that's so fucking badass, especially for him being a Latin artist. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think he's just fucking killing it.
yeah, and I love so much. Like, I remember before we went on tour with the Five Sauce Boys, and I was like catching up on their latest record. Obviously, this is like over a year ago, and seeing all of them with like their nails painted and like wearing makeup and doing stuff. I thought that was so fucking dope. I was like, I love that they're doing that, and I love that, you know, you guys in Lovely as well. Like, you paint your nails and you just do whatever the fuck you want. And I think that there's so
Not
many.
feeding into the stereotypes or the rules, things like that. Like just doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, and like Maddie Healy's obviously a really good example of that too. I mean, like, he's wearing like a dress, and he's like,
Yeah.
he just does whatever he wants. And I think you see the most like iconic, amazing performance. I mean, like Bowie was the
Yeah.
same, you know.
Yeah,
just
Bowie did the same.
experimenting.
Kurt Cobain did it, you know, like
Yeah.
just kind of like, just kind of doing whatever, and not. I think my mom's in the chat.
Really? I saw hi
Yeah.
to your mom, I think. Amazing.
My
Hi,
mom
Mitchie.
just answered.
His mom.
My mom answered. She was 5 years old when she came here from Bolivia.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wow.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Incredible. We love moms in the chat. Hi, is it Mrs. Collins? Hi, Mrs.
Yeah.
Collins.
Hi, Mrs. Collins. Love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. We want to ask you now, taking a break from fashion, we're just going to ask you some fun questions
Cool.
to know
I'm trying
you
to find
better.
the same ones that we did yesterday because they were so funny.
If not, we'll find some good questions. But in the meantime, what is your go-to, like, what are you doing in the quarantine to kind of stay sane and to take care of yourself? What are you doing on a day-to-day?
So I'm just saying what works for me during this time. You know, I get up at like 1 or 2 p.m.
Nice.
I get out of bed, move myself to the couch, and sit there until my phone dies.
Love.
Yeah. No, but on a real note, no, but for real though, I do get out of bed like we do like the lives with Lovely on Monday, and like we usually have some promo stuff going on that we need to film and whatever. So like Mondays and Tuesdays are like pretty okay. You know, I got some stuff to do, you know, whatever. The rest of the week I'm like, ugh. Like it's basically just like I've been cooking a lot.
Nice.
Been cooking a lot. I go on a lot of WALKs with Beans. And then just like I think I've watched all of Netflix.
All of
yeah.
it in its
100%.
entirety.
In its whole
You watched
entirety.
all of Tiger King? Did you get that done?
Oh yeah, of course. I haven't watched the latest like the after show whatever.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that one? They
No,
did like
absolutely not.
I guess you know how on the like the you know on like Real Housewives whatever they have like the with Andy Cohen they'll have like the after thing like they do something like that I guess with like
They're milking it.
with Tiger King. But yeah, no, I watched that all in a day. I watched the whole thing in a day.
Crazy.
It's so much for me.
Yeah, it's a lot,
Yeah.
that show. I didn't even finish it. I was like,
I
no,
couldn't.
What?
no. I was like, I have a lot of anxiety
It's too
already.
much.
I
I
just
couldn't
need
finish
to...
the first episode.
What?
Like,
It's crazy.
too much.
Oh my god, it gets even better. Like the last 2 episodes are the wildest shit.
Oh my god. Okay, maybe I'll dive in.
You gotta finish it. It's
I'll
crazy.
finish it.
I would have to really push myself.
We have to push ourselves.
It's so
but
much
we'll do it.
fuckery. It's so much fuckery.
How far'd you get?
I gotta take it.
How far'd you get?
I didn't finish the first episode.
What?
I only got like I think I got 40
I don't
minutes.
even know.
Is
I
it
think
like
I only
their hour
did
long
the first
episodes or
episode
something?
too.
I
Yeah,
couldn't do.
this shit's crazy. Like because they didn't start out to make a documentary like that. It was like something else. If you like get through it, like he started out trying to do something else, but oh my god, the whole thing. I mean, like Joe Exotic married to 2 straight guys, and then Doc. Like you got to get into it, but like there's Doc Antle who has like basically runs a cult in South Carolina and like has like 7 wives or some shit, and like has these girls come in when they're like, and like all of them are paid like $100 a week, like to work at the thing, like 12, 15-hour days. It's like crazy.
I need to dive in. I think I need to
That's
dive
what
in.
I'm saying. I'm like, it's just like the fuckery levels are just going off. Like the fuckery
It's
meter
unbelievable.
just broke, and I was like, I don't know if I can digest
The
any
fuckery
more of
meter.
this.
Yeah,
Like,
the fuckery meter is
it's so
absolutely
much for me.
broken.
But maybe I'll really try.
Maybe
just
we'll
to
dive
be
in.
shocked.
Yeah.
You know, in my quarantine a little more.
I feel you though. I've been waking up. I've been trying to get up earlier and earlier because I think I like just.
I've been
more
trying and
productive,
failing
but
every day.
It's
I
so
set my
hard.
alarm for 9 a.m. Like 9 a.m. should not be hard, but I cannot do it. I hit snooze every fucking morning. Every morning. Without
Earliest I get up is 11 a.m. on Mondays, and that's because we start the Lovely live thing at noon. But every other day, I'm like noon is like I'll get up the earliest, and then because I'm just like I don't got shit to do, so I'm like I've been like fucking around with trying to make some music a little bit, but like I haven't really done anything because I just like I strive so much on like connection and experience that I'm like I have nothing to write about, and also too like the only conversations I've had mostly in the last month and change have been about Corona. So I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like, what the like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Also, like, shouts, like, props to everybody, like, trying to make quarantine songs, but I'm like, I'm just so out on that.
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
ask
I'm
you
like,
about
yo, who
that.
the fuck is gonna want to reminisce on this shit? Nobody. Like, why are you doing this?
I know.
Like-
I don't know. I just feel it just like
The only one I like is the 21 Pilots one. I thought that one was fresh because it was like a little you know, it was like a little like a little dash of salt of it, you know, like you be my quarantine or whatever. I'm like, okay. I've seen some ones like straight up
still
like
a little crazy for me though.
Yeah.
Like I'm like
Yeah.
I love 21 Pilots. I love all these artists, and so many artists are doing it. But like every time I hear it's like, "Come to my quarantine, wash your hands." I'm like, I can't, guys. Come on. Like,
oh no,
crazy.
shit about like washing your hands or like fucking like 6 feet away from each other. And I'm just like, yo, I'm so out. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little tough. It's a little tough.
Yeah.
It's okay. I appreciate the hustle. It's all right.
Appreciate the
Yeah.
hustle. Do your thing. Feels a little weird to like plug it in a song. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the most fire one though, in my opinion, has been like the have you heard the Cardi B coronavirus like remix thing?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That's
have you heard
fire.
there's that what is that one? It's so fucking funny. It's like these young rapper kids. And it's a full coronavirus song, but it's
It's like, move, bitch, you got corona.
oh, he's like, move, bitch, you got coronavirus. Like, you
heard
better stay away with that coronavirus. But it's like a full joke. And
That's
they're like
funny.
literally in masks, like Lysoling each other and like
That's
fucking
funny.
I have to send you the link. It's so good. Joe Rogan posted about it, and I was dead. I was like, my brothers just keep on loop sending me the link to it. I'm like, okay, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are some questions. We have 15 minutes.
All right.
A few get to know you questions. Elisa pulled up this little list, and these are like some. Oh my god, like these are pretty deep. Okay. If you could live anywhere besides where you live, where would you live?
Maybe London.
Oh, same.
Yeah, or I really love
London.
I love San Francisco.
Sam.
My whole like my mom and my dad and my whole extended family's up there. My mom and dad are from the Bay, so like I have like a lot like a connection there. I just don't know anybody other than family, you know. So
Wait, that's so crazy. We have so much. Our mom's from the Bay as well.
where?
She's from like near Sacramento. She's from Fremont.
Okay, mom. City. We're back.
No, our mom is from the Bay as well. She's from Fremont.
Nice. Yeah, my mom.
That's good.
My mom grew up in Foster City, and then my dad grew up in San Mateo.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And my cousins live in Sacramento now. So.
Oh, nice. Oh my gosh. The Bay. Love the Bay. Okay, so London, absolutely agree. If I could live anywhere, I would live in London. 100%.
I think I agree. I think if I didn't live in LA, no, I wouldn't live in London. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so I think I agree. Actually, no, not at all.
Living in LA right now, I think where I would live besides LA would be New York. But maybe, like, not now, but.
Yeah.
Shit.
I do love New York, but I mean, New York after a minute is hard, though. I don't know.
Well, it's pretty exhausting.
It's hard on your body after
Yeah.
a minute, I feel like.
Yeah, I
Like,
lived there on and
feel
off for like 8 years.
Yeah, you used to live there, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's
The quality
exhausting.
of life in LA is better. Like, naturally.
It's just different, you know. It's definitely different. It's like I like it better. You know, it's slower. It's like less stress.
Yeah.
You know? Also, I like living here because, like, you know, after we're on tour, it just feels like you're coming back home to vacation.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What's your biggest complaint about your job? About
being
being in band? What's your biggest complaint?
That's a crazy question.
Yeah, just pick one. I think that's a really interesting question. What would you say?
My biggest complaint, a couple things. Not bad ways, but people forget that you're human.
Mhm.
That you're a human being. Like I've been walking through like crowds at shows and stuff. Like, I don't know if you've guys gotten this. I'm sure you have. But like I've been walking through shows and like people just grab you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I'm a
Yeah.
person. Like, why are you touching me?
Yeah.
You know,
Totally.
like I've had moms like yank my arm and be like, come take a picture of my daughter. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a little.
Totally. And
More
especially
crazy out
as
there.
like, you know, also as women too. Like I've definitely had guys a couple times like be like, hey, come here, and like grab my arm, and I'm like, hey, this is like really unsafe for me. You realize
Yeah.
that, right? Like this is like
So,
really scary.
just
for
things
me.
like that. And then also, I love playing shows, and I want to clarify the difference here. I love playing shows, but touring is really hard for me.
Yeah.
Because you know that's like I think my biggest, like that's my least favorite thing is because you know you kind of live in this tunnel vision. You know, you're on the bus for whatever, and you start to get in a routine, and like I always feel weird comparing it to this, but like you know you have a life at home and all these friends and all these people that you have connections with, and they're just kind of going off and living their lives, and all these things are changing. People are getting out of relationships, like your friend circles are changing.
Totally.
And when you come home, you have to like pretend like you just like drop back into it, and you're like, and nothing's changed, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I gotta play catch up. And it's like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I compare it to like obviously on a much smaller level. Please, like, don't get me wrong, but like I compare it to like in a mental capacity of like, because like post tour depression is like a thing, you know.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
I feel like I compare it to like coming back from like almost like our version of war. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
you know, because it's like you come back and then it's like, oh shit, I have to reacclimate to being a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my
and
God.
like,
Absolutely. I feel like the post-tour depression thing, I didn't like, I was kind of warned about it by a friend of mine who's in the industry as well. He's like, yo, like, just be, if you feel kind of weird after tour, it's like totally normal because you're being told your schedule all day, every day, and you feel so needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to be on stage and you have fans that you're meeting and connecting with every night. And then you go from that, this like really insane, rigorous schedule for months at a time. And then you're just at home and you're like, what like I don't have anywhere to be. Nobody's giving me my schedule. Nobody's telling me where to be. I'm not seeing like faces every night and getting that extreme high from like being on stage, you know. And then there's like a lot of this, like it's like everything kind of just goes, you know what I mean? And you're just like and so it becomes this thing you have to kind of just work through.
And that's been the hardest part for me about like the quarantine thing is like, you know, I thrive and I strive on like productivity and like feeling like I'm doing something.
Same.
So like it's been tough, like just mentally, like I'm just like fuck, like I get up another day, I just waste fucking watching TV or some shit, and like you know, I try to work out at home and stuff and like do other things, but like mainly, you know, like that kills like what, like, you know, you work out, try to work on music, fucking cook a little bit, that takes up what, like 3-4 hours of your day, and it's like then after that it's like, all right, but
yeah.
Anyway.
I feel you. It's super hard to like not be able to like go out and do stuff and meet with people and talk. Yeah, it's like super weird, and that's something we've been having to adjust to majorly, is like making our own, like trying to like act like we're not just in our houses all day. It's like, okay, we still have a schedule, we still got to get stuff done, we still got to work on stuff, but also being easy on yourself and being like, this is just way weird right now.
Yeah,
everyone feels fucking weird.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay,
cutting yourself a break that like you're living through a global
pandemic.
Yeah. Okay, we'll ask you a couple more questions.
Cool.
Do you want to pick one, Elise?
Sure, yeah. Actually, want to balance that last question out with what's your favorite thing about being an artist?
Favorite thing, house, obviously, just you know, waking up every day and just being like, this is my job. Like I get to make music every day, and like that's what, you know. And I've had the same dream since, you know, I could always like since I could remember, you know, like I wanted to be a pro skateboarder, and then and then I picked up a guitar, and then it was just like game over.
Yeah, that's dope.
Then, that's like my quarter life crisis. I like after like 15 years of not skating, I like found my old skateboard and I started skateboarding again.
Okay, that's dope. Oh my God, I skateboarded a bit too, and our older brother is like actually a really good skater. So I grew up like thinking he was so cool, and he's also a big reason why we started a band, because he was like in like so metal bands and skating and stuff, and I was like, he's so cool, we want to be just like him. Yeah, same shit. Yeah, so I feel you on that.
That's my favorite thing for sure. Like, and just like seeing the world, you know, and like getting to do it in like a specific way, you know.
Yeah. That's like one thing that I've loved about being an artist is like I realized that like I probably wouldn't have been to nearly as many places as I've been had I not been an artist, and I realized that I've been to Europe almost in its entirety as a part of the Aces, and I went to play to fans and like not even just on vacation. I was like, that's so interesting that like I never would have thought when I was a kid like I would get to go to Europe, but I would get to go because I was going to see fans and I got to play on stage with my best friends. Like it's like the biggest blessing
it's fucking
in my whole life.
Insane. Like, it's like the craziest thing ever. You never get used to that, you know?
Yeah.
This is true.
Cool. All right.
You want to pick the closing question?
All right. I'll pick a closing question. Let's make it a good one.
Wait, I want to know this one actually. I have one that I really
all right.
I really do want to know, like, who is your biggest hero in life? Someone that you've always looked up to.
Let's see. I don't. This is weird because I see my sisters in here and my mom, so I don't really like. I'm not really openly like emotional about that stuff, but like definitely my mom. You know, she like my mom and my dad split when I was like 14, 15 years old, and you know, watching her like go from not working ever, like she was just a mom, you know, and to like having to work, you know, 3-4 jobs to make sure like my sisters and I were okay and like chilling, and like she sacrificed a lot, and Yeah, she was number one. But as far as like musically and stuff, like, fuck, Dashboard Confessional, and Bruce Springsteen. Those are like up there. Butch Walker.
Love Butch.
Love Butch.
Yeah, he's and like it's cool because like Chris from Dashboard's become like a really close friend of mine, and that's it. It's like another weird thing I'm sure you guys have been through. It's like you have these artists that you look up to and that are like kind of heroes of you, and then all of a sudden you're like it's funny. Like recently the craziest thing for me was Blink-182 was obviously a big part of my life growing up, and then just recently like Mark and I became friends or friendly, and like I have Mark like him texting me being like, hey man, like are these dates good to write? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like Mark Hoppus is texting me, like you know, like
totally. It's insane. Like people you look up to. Like we've definitely had a couple of those moments where like we're homies now with some people that like we
Never would have thought.
Never, would have thought. And then you realize as well, it's like, dude, we're all just like the same. Like we're all just people.
Everyone's just people.
So humanizing too.
Yeah. It's really dope. But that's amazing and fucking
I
awesome.
loved all those heroes. It was very sweet and cool. That was dope.
Dope.
So yeah.
Well, Mitchie, thanks so much for coming on the Digital Wellness Tour and sharing your closet. And
Love seeing all the clothes, and now you've also like told me about a couple brands that I looked up while you were talking, and I'm gonna go shop now. So
nice.
Shopping in the quarantine.
Love it.
Amazing. Well, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to say? Any parting words?
No, thank you for having me. We got to tour together one of these days.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Let's play some shows. Let's
You know,
actually do
if
it.
shows are ever allowed again. You know?
I know, right? Shows are ever fucking allowed. We will definitely play some. You're the best. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mitchie.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.